In this video, I'll give you a completely no BS, straightforward, three-step process of exactly 3 steps that you can take action on right after watching this video of how to actually become an appointment setter and how to make your first 5K per month doing so. So before we get into this, I need to give a bit of a backstory about what appointment setting actually is and like how it actually works. You kind of understand what this role is even about, and that's going to help you to be able to actually understand when we explain to you later in this video and be able to get the most out of this. So first you need to understand is like, what is an appointment setter? Specifically, what is a remote high ticket appointment setter? Basically what it is you have these online entrepreneurs, people that are running like these different types of coaching and like educational offers. There's people like Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, people like that in the online space that are selling high ticket coaching offers, teaching you how to make money online, how to lose weight, how to improve your relationships, how to like all these different things. You know, there's people in your Instagram feed and your Facebook feed selling courses, programs, things like that. Those are the people that you want to be working with when you are a remote setter. You basically work for them and you have them book sales calls on their calendar so they can speak with more people and enroll more people into their programs. And that's how it works. It's a very simple principle. Like they have marketing that they're doing to get new clients. They're running ads and doing YouTube, Instagram, things like that. And then they have a paid program on the back end. And basically your role is to take people that are coming from the marketing and book them on the calendar for the sales team to then close them into the program so that they make more money and then they happily pay you a commission for doing it. So that's what that role is about, pretty simple. And if you want to get into this and actually start making money in the space and take advantage of this industry where a lot of people are making, me included, are making good money doing this, what you need to do, number one, you need a skill set. You need training, practice, and repetition. That's basically what it is. Like if you want to get into this, the first thing you need to do is you need to learn how to actually do this. You know, like you need to learn psychology, how to speak with people properly, how to run an actual appointment setting call, what to say on the phone, how to respond to objections, and like all that different stuff. So basically how you do that is you just practice it. You find a script. You can either come into like a community like my community where I give you the script, I give you the frameworks, all that stuff, and I give you a group to practice with, or go online and try to find it yourself. And what you do then is you get the script, you practice it, you get into a community, or you find some people that you can then start role playing with, which basically just means practicing. So like running through the script and saying it and like practicing it as if it was a real sales conversation. You practice it, you get tweaks, you get feedback from someone who's better than you, and then you just rinse and repeat, improve that, keep doing it until you're actually confident in your skill set. That's the first thing, learning the skills, understanding the industry and learning how to actually run proper calls, what to say and like the psychology and how to handle all these little things and stuff like that. That's the first thing to get in place. Second thing is probably the hardest step, is actually finding a good business to work for. In today's time, like at this point of time in 2024, there's a lot of different companies out there. Like there's a huge demand for good remote setters, closers, like all these different roles. The issue and the reason why a lot of people, and you probably watching this right now, is struggling to land a role is because you don't actually have, number one, the right ways of reaching out. And number two is basically the first thing I mentioned to you in the video, which is you don't actually have a good skill set, you know? Because first thing is like, if you're not reaching out, if you're reaching out in these like old, outdated methods that are super saturated, and for example, like if you're going on and like Instagram is copy and pasting this copy and paste script or like a copy and paste message and sending that out to everyone, or if you're like there's all these different methods that are super outdated that you're probably using, that's a huge problem. And the second thing is like if you're not actually that good, if you don't actually have a good skill set, that's going to come across when you interview with companies, and that's why you're going to be failing, you know? So how do we solve this? Is number one, doing outreach methods that are actually going to be getting through to the owner. Because if you're sending copy and paste messages on Instagram, you're most likely not going to get through if you don't do it the right way. And things that work really well is, for example, there's one method that I teach inside of my community, which is called the YouTube outreach method, and also email outreach method, where you basically go on YouTube, you find people's email, and then you reach out to them through their email. That's a good way to do it. And there's also other ways we can send more like personalized outreach that's gonna help you to actually get through to the owner and stand out from the crowd of like literally all these like random people online trying to like land remote setter roles. Because understand that there's a huge competition of like just random people with no experience that are trying to get those roles, and you need to stand out from those people. So again, if you want my help with actually like the scripting and like exactly what to say and things like that, again, if you want my community, it's $99 a month, that's it. And the price is gonna be increasing pretty soon, but for now, that's the price. So you can join there and get my step-by-step help, my coaching, the blueprint, the scripting, all that stuff if you want that. But that's the second step. It's like landing an opportunity, making outreach actually stands out to business owners, reaching out to them in a way that's gonna stand out from the competition. Knowing what to say, knowing how to stand out, all that stuff, and that's gonna allow you to land a good position if you know how to do that. The last thing is basically just ramping up once you're in the role, and this is one of like also the hardest things, because once you land a role, then it's actually time to perform. You know, you're expected to show up and be able to perform in the role. The business owner is gonna expect you to perform and be good at what you do, and that's gonna require you to really like be able to adapt quickly, have someone who gives you feedback, and be able to just like get into the flow of things quickly, you know. And that's the last thing I see a lot of people struggle with, that I've seen like myself also when I started off in my own journey. So I got into a role, I didn't know what I was doing because I didn't have any actual support, and I ended up actually like struggling a lot in that role because I didn't actually know what I was really doing, you know. So that's the last thing, is like having support, knowing how to ramp up, and like getting guidance to make sure you can actually go from 0 to your first 5K per month as quickly as possible, and then set yourself up and have a plan of how to scale beyond that in the long term. Because what you need to realize is like this huge amount of potential to scale in remote sales. You know, I myself started off as a remote seller, made my first 5K, scale, eventually became a closer, made my first 10K per month doing that. And then like the opportunities from there on are huge, because when you learn the skill of sales, when you know how to speak with people and how to persuade people and things like that, your opportunities to, for example, like scale into becoming like a sales manager, or making more money as a closer, or starting your own business, or getting into investing, like there's endless opportunities you can go into when you kind of unlocked and master the skill of just selling, persuasion, psychology, and things like that. And also obviously stack a lot of cash from doing it. So that's really the 3 steps. Number 1, learn the skill sets, find the script, practice it, get good at it, role play with people. Reach out, stand out from everyone else who's doing it, find ways to be really unique and stand out from your competition so that you actually get through to the business owner. And then once you're in the role, find someone who's better than you, can give you feedback, who can help support you, so you can actually scale from 0 to your goal and avoid the pitfalls and avoid losing your roles and avoid failing with that. Again, if you want help with all these things, get my personal support, the proven blueprint that I and hundreds of other people have used to go from 0 to making a full-time or even 10, 20K per month online with remote sales. Join my blueprint down below. As I said before, the price is gonna be increasing very soon in 48 hours. So hop in there right now if you wanna get my help, and make sure you get in there before the price increases. So that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments what questions you guys have about this. Subscribe so don't miss out on the future videos, because I'm gonna keep making videos about this subject in the future. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Take care, ciao.